What's up? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today, and Non-Fungible Tomorrow. And to be honest, this episode is not an easy episode because I have to explain the concept of lit to you. But I do hope to explain it correctly to you, and because it is kind of a difficult concept to grasp to a certain extent. And so what is lit? So lit is actually a ERC20 token. So it is a token that you can get at a decentralized exchange. So it started around somewhere early December last year. So what happened was that lit is actually a token. And then there was no pre-sale. What they did is they have a Telegram group, and then they provided liquidity to the Uniswap, where you can actually swap 50% of these tokens at Uniswap to be part of the lit member. And then at the same time, in the spirit of Shiba, they sent 50% of that supply to the great patron of the arts, Cozomo de Medici. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, Cozomo de Medici is actually Snoop Dogg, and he has been advocated a lot of NFTs and things like that. And he is also the person behind Medici Minutes, which is something that I covered in the past, and I think it's very insightful and something that people should know about NFTs if you treat it as a digital asset, and also how NFTs and blockchain itself is becoming a new canvas, a new medium of creativity and for creators. So interestingly, the project Lit has no roadmap. So what happened was that basically what they have done in the past really do speak for themselves. So I'm gonna talk about the token right now. Okay, so there is 100 billion tokens, and then 50% was given to Cozomo de Medici, but Cozomo de Medici decided to use these tokens to give it back to Lit in order to set up a DAO, which is now Lit is becoming a decentralized culture DAO. So a decentralized culture DAO. So they're trying to redefine culture, and then in the future, by holding any of these tokens, you are actually a member of the DAO. So rather than holding NFTs, you're now holding tokens, right? The ERC20 token. So there are 7,258 holders of the token right now. Although the price went down a little bit since I got in, but I wanted to say that if you're looking for a quick flip, if you're looking for speculation, this is definitely not that type of project. But if you're looking to experience a community, if you're looking to go in a community where there's different type of talented artists that share the same vision of enjoying the ride, trusting the process, then Lit is a project, because it is a project that surprises people. In order to know how it surprises people, we'll have to go through this infographic by a fellow Litizen, okay? So if you hold 2 million lit, right, you basically have a role of Litizen, right? If you hold at least 1 lit, you'll have the community member role in the Discord. So what happened is that if you are in the Discord, you'll have to verify, and then if you hold any lit, you could get in the Discord. If you hold 2 mil, you'll have the Litizen role. If you only hold 1 lit or above, you'll get the community role. So anyone is included. So anyways, shout out to Litizen Guym. So basically he did an infographic talking about the Lit, right? So Lit actually did several projects. So after, releasing the token, they decided to start their own project, which is Lit Project 1 Survive All Apocalypses. So they collaborated with #1 New York Times bestseller author Neil Strauss and launched a first book written entirely on the Ethereum blockchain. So they airdropped this book to all the holders. And the interesting thing is they gave this publishing rights to one of these NFT holders, okay? So it was a very interesting experiment. There are more details if you read, this thread by Cozomo de Medici, okay? And then what happened was that Cozomo de Medici decided to reach out to one of his favorite young artists, which is called Rata, and then he created an art called the Degenaissance. And so this is a Degenaissance NFT, which was airdropped to all lit holders, okay? And then this NFT is actually an amplifier right now for the future DAO that Lit is building. So you basically can stake this, I think, and then you can use your token to cast vote on, decide on future projects. So that's my understanding, but I am still exploring, because not a lot of things are set in stone. Lit is a thing that where you hold that token and you trust the project, and then they amaze you. And then what happened was that one day in January 7th, every Lit member with 2 million Lit found Robert De Niro and staring back at them, right? So Robert De Niro, what happened was that basically this NFT reacts to the price of Ethereum by a different type of time frame. So 30 minutes of motion basically means that within 30 minutes, if Ethereum is going up, he'll be very happy. If Ethereum is going down, he'll be very sad. And to be honest, I got this at 0.09 because I got in a bit late. And then I got in the other project for 0.09, but although the prices are dumping right now, right? I don't feel any remorse, or I don't feel bad or anything, because I think people are undervaluing this, because this is actually a very innovative NFT. It's reacted to the market, and the most important thing of all is that This is Robert De Niro's first NFT, and we don't know if it's gonna be his final NFT or if he's gonna mint or launch any NFT in the future. So historically and culturally, there is a huge significance. And then and Lit is doing such a great thing by incorporating Robert De Niro into Web 3.0, which is something that people maybe in Robert De Niro's age range would not look into, but they are now bridging the gap, which I think is definitely a great thing to do. So after that, what happened was that one day in January 20th, all these Renaissance holder, which is the holder of this NFT, suddenly found this Never Real Truth NFT in the wallet. And for those of you who do not know, Johnny Depp is gonna drop his NFT soon, so this NFT itself is actually a whitelist pass for his upcoming project. So it was called the Collaboration 1. Afterwards, in January 26th, Lit decided to impress to have the award-winning actress Kim Basinger. This is a very historically significant NFT because there was a award-winning director who decided to do this with a award-winning actress and to do something similar to the Robert De Niro NFT, but it is an NFT that responds to the price of Lit, okay? This is a team that is trying to do something different, and then I actually got in early February, so I was able to participate in a Lit invitation to kindness. So what they did is that in the past, you need to hold a 2 million Lit to get any airdrops or participate, right? So they decided that, hey, we have another new members thanks to Cozomo de Medici. Cozomo de Medici did talk about Lit in his Medici Minute. So they wanted to involve everyone, okay? So as long as you hold one Lit, you can actually claim 2 NFT, but you have to pay gas. And then these 2 NFTs is an invitation to kindness where you can give this NFT to people who do not own any NFT. So this is a very good way to promote NFT itself and also to promote what the Lit is preaching, right? So I think this is very interesting and this is a very great project. And so right now, the Lit team is still having a lot of surprises. If you go to the Discord, right, I talked about the other projects, but there is another project 3 that is coming out and everyone has no idea what it is, but we're all here waiting for the team to amaze us. And then they never cease to amaze us, right? The previous collection, the work that they did speak for themselves. And then they have collaboration 2, which is anime driven. So I was saying a joke on Twitter. I was like, the people who are in Lit are actually people who are, I would say, the mature audience, right? So they're not people who are gonna buy anime JPEGs, right? They're people who appreciate Robert De Niro and Kim Basinger, right? But what if Lit decided to have a NFT that is related to anime culture and introduce this culture to the mature Lit audience, right? That would be so interesting because it is, culture itself is not just Hollywood stars or New York Times bestseller, but culture itself is everything in Web3 coming together and exchanging ideas, exchanging creativity. So I'm really excited about this. And then they have a project 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so if you don't have any Lit, if you're thinking you should join, definitely I think so far the community has been very welcoming, and there's a lot of interesting stories within the Lit community as well. So you are not missing out. They still have other projects in the future, and I think they'll have even more projects in the future, depending on how the DAO itself works, right? So definitely, you are not missing out. Definitely try and join. I have to warn you, this is not a flip project, okay? This is a project where you really have to hold this Lit no matter what the price do, and then to enjoy the process. And because sometimes they do out of the sudden snapshots, right? And then they snapshot which wallet holds the Lit or certain NFT, and then you could take part in what they're doing. But for those of you who do not know, Cozomo de Medici is doing a lot of education in this space, and I just respect him so much for sharing education in this space. And his his views on NFT isn't just like other influencers or other celebrities that just want to have an NFT collection and then make a quick buck and then leave, right? But he does have his understanding of the industry, and he does want to promote this industry, and he does understand what it means for digital ownership. So for those of you who do not know, actually a while back in Twitter, there was actually a thing that Cozomo de Medici did, right? Basically, he said, hey, these are the people of my family, follow them, let's spread GM, and let's spread good vibes, okay? Actually, the other family members were all actually Lit members, okay? These were the Litizens. So this is so interesting because one day they decided to, hey, why don't we do something? Why don't we share good vibes on Twitter? And then they invaded Twitter with a lot of the Medici family. So if you do not know what the Medici family was, if you do not know who's the Baroness, who's the Countess, they are all the members of Lit. So I think this is a very good marketing and also a very good way of spreading good vibes and good GMs, okay? So Cozomo de Medici recently did a gallery, and a lot of citizens actually went to his gallery and they were sharing photos and things like that. If you look at this Twitter with the hashtag Medici collection, you can actually see people taking photos of being at the Hollywood Hills, and then some of these people are actually citizens, right? Hanging out with lit gang at the after party house. So as someone from this side of the world, to be honest, I feel left out, but I'm actually in Asia, so I can't participate, and I'm not sure if there's any citizen in Asia. But because Cozomo de Medici, if you plan to bring this collection here to Asia, I would definitely love to help and be part of this. This is what it means to be a community, right? Just going down and even looking at the collection, you see presence of citizen, right? You see Wata sharing his post just now. You see Fire, which is lit. So this is a very interesting community, but it's not a community where you buy an NFT, but you buy ERC20 tokens. So this is, I think, a very interesting cultural movement, very, very interesting. And you have kids and adults coming to this gallery, right? And then you have people who are actually citizens being tagged. So this is such a wonderful thing that's happening. So unlike, even though I'm a citizen, in the end of my video, I do talk about a ranking system for NFTs. And NFTs itself, tokens itself are very risky. Only invest what you afford to lose, and to be honest, the money that I invest in lit, right, is something I kind of gave away, right? I don't think of getting any return or anything. I just wanted to take part in the process and being part of history, and this has never been done before. Why would you give so much money to a group of people who you do not know, who do not promise you anything, but keep over delivering, right? Why? So anyways, if you are interested in new projects, if you're interested in something like this is definitely a community that I think you could check out. And if you are a citizen who is watching this, GM, and welcome to my channel. So in terms of the concept, definitely a solid 10. This is so interesting. In terms of artwork, the things that they delivered is top-notch, 8 score. Team, unfortunately, the teams are not dogs, okay? But you do kind of know who's behind the scenes. Like Transient Lab was the people who did the Robert De Niro NFTs and so on, right? And then, but you also have Cozomo de Medici as the patron of art, who is also very involved in this community. So he is Snoop Dogg, for those of you who do not know. I'll give them an 8. And on social media, social power, definitely a big 7, because they have been using the Medici thing to promote awareness for lit and also promote awareness of spreading GMs in the NFT world. In terms of marketing, I think this is definitely a great way to promote a project and something that is so new, because what they have been doing speak for themselves, and the roadmap, what they have been doing speak for themselves, even though they do not have a roadmap, right? So this is something that I really hope people can see. Always look at the track record of the project. If this project is able to get a lot of Hollywood stars, even New York bestseller to on board and create value for the holder, this is definitely something that's going to give you utility. So value for holder, an 8. Community, definitely an 8. Really good community. People chat in the voice chat, talk about different projects, and as you can see in the real life meetup, which I hope one day could come to my side of the world, definitely a solid 8. Time frame, liquidity. In terms of liquidity, right? Because this is a token, so as long as the Uniswap has a trading pair, you can actually trade it. So I would give them a higher score, but it is not without any risk. Any token could have a lot of risk, okay? So definitely a 79 out of 100. It is hopefully we are gonna make it still risky, but everything is risky in my analysis. But what I wanted to say and what I wanted to share is that because NFT is not just speculating JPEGs, okay? NFT is it's a new form of digital ownership, and it is a new form of membership. And this is something so innovative, so new, we are all exploring in this ecosystem. If this is something that you want to support, something that is a project that surprises you with no roadmap, definitely check this out. So goodbye and thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you understand what I'm saying, because it is indeed a hard concept to understand. But if you do not understand, feel free to message me or join my spaces right after this video, and we could chat about it. Bye bye.